we're here, it's time for integration. Just being dominant radio is just not enough. So what we want to do, we want you to take radio's 36 million listeners per month and our combined digital users of 16.8, social media users 10.5 per month, web readers of our paper 6.3, 8.8 million TV listeners on Kiss FM, and the million people who read The Star, and integrate and create a vehicle, a service, and a product that delivers for you. For us, ROI, I know for a good many of you means return on investment, but I'll tell you, for us, our DNA as Radio Africa, ROI stands for relentless, continuous improvement. We will break it if it's not working. We will cut it again, start up, but we definitely won't ever be as static as some of our competitors. So our hallmark, relentless, ongoing improvement. As it is right now, we are doing a lot of heavy work on The Star. We're just about to launch a paywall for The Star, as well as a double-sized daily e-paper, which you'll be able to get on an app called Magazeti, but that's going to be launched in December. Also planning a very major relaunch for Kiss TV, just to make it more digital and appealing. We've merged TV and video, which means we can literally have an experiential or a video feel for anything that you want to advertise and communicate. Let me just give you two case studies. The first is Toyota and the evidence that integration works. And I'll be asking Isaiah to show us via a showreel just some of the things that we've integrated. The challenge was Toyota. It was COVID. Maybe apart from Kendi, Lenny, Joel Rao, Sarah Katusia, who else? Apart from yourself, Somaina, all the rest of you are like me, who most of the time buy second-hand cars. The other guys buy showroom cars. Now, Toyota had this challenge. They wanted to sell brand new cars during a pandemic. And so they came to us. And this is what we did. We ran only a 6-week campaign. And this campaign was run exclusively on Radio Africa's platforms. There were no prizes. We did sport ads. We did on-air promotions. We had a weekend. We had weekends of motor shows at malls. We did sponsored content on the sites and microsites, and a form fill-in to get back consumer info. All developed, organized, and evented by our integrated solutions team. We were able, I don't know if Toyota the client is here, we were able to get over 70 million in revenue for them during COVID. I mean, we virtually delivered over 200 million worth of value in the next 10 days. That's an example of a digital campaign, I think. And the bulk of it was run on Radio Jumbo, digital and video in 10 days. Amazing stuff. And like I said, the biggest influencers on digital and social to be found at Radio Africa. And I'll tell you how we can get to use them. Second challenge, Safaricom. Kendi, this was you. They came to us, we asked them for a problem that they couldn't solve. And they said they had massive issues with fraud on M-Pesa. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have at one point or time received a phone call or SMS from our Kikuyu cousins from Kamiti No offense. Maybe the other tribes, but the bulk. Okay, so we asked, again, we ran an integrated campaign exclusively on Radio Africa, 6 radio stations, TV, social, website, and the paper. And Safaricom recorded a 50% drop in M-Pesa fraud, thanks to the integrated campaign. I mean, thank God the client is here, just in case. Kendi? Yes, just in case I was exaggerating. You know, like Lenny said earlier, there's a lot of fake news. That's why I started by telling you about myself, so that you don't Google me, because if you Google me, you'll see fake news. All I'm trying to say is there is exponential growth when you integrate your campaigns. This slide just attempts to speak to us about the real value of integration. When you do print on its own and it's not well integrated, that's the kind of result you get. Then when you integrate it but not quite customized and adapted, maybe right approach, wrong channel, or right audience, wrong approach, you get a bit of a lift. Then when you integrate it, adopt it, and customize it, and have tailored content to the particular channel, the growth is virtually, or the result is exponential. And it goes on and on from medium to medium, all the way from print, outdoor, online display, radio, of course, online video, and TV. I mean, basically, when you're looking at the green, it tells you there is huge value in running integrated campaigns. So, going forward, what are we offering you? Not just radio and personalities. Personalities with gravitas. Personalities with influence. We are offering you stations with websites. Websites that are not bland, websites that are interactive, websites that make you have the look and feel that you may want to associate with your product. We're offering you social media and TV. We'll shoot on location, or we'll shoot in the studio at literally almost no cost. We're offering you print and production. We're offering you, of course, events, like a couple of I'm going to show you, that are all completely integrated. Now, what would you integrate? You could choose to pick one or all. Say, for example, as somebody pointed out, you pick out, say, Radio Jambo. So if you pick out Radio Jambo, on social, you can then go to Radio Jambo's social handles, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, okay? Then, on social, you could go to any of the Jambo's website. Then, on the web, there you go. Then, we have the personalities delivering their amazing content on our pages, then amplify it in the star, and then do an event. In between 2019 and 2021, we delivered over 100 events from our events division, chaired by Somoina. So what we're now offering is a very good supermarket, like pick, drop into the cart, pick, drop into the cart. We integrate, and then trust us to give you that execution. And I think in Isaiah is going to show us in a couple of slides that it's been a 4-year journey, but I think we are beginning to tick the right boxes. The rates. Yeah. I can, okay, that's the digital social media. A price per post on Facebook, a price per post on Instagram, a digital promotion, 10 days only, embedded sponsored content. Good for digital and video, live tweets, streams, but that's just not, maybe that's just not what I want you to see. Um, can it be? Can you read? No, you shouldn't have. Yeah, digital PR, web advertising, good for PR stations, launch stories, product news and events. Then now your traditional radio 2-week promotion on Classic that comes with sport ads, then your sponsorships, interviews. Forget it. Good for radio campaigns, good for digital, live events, nice for WhatsApp, good for roadshows, good for announcements, but that's not really what I want you to see. Classifieds. In fact, I should have deleted this slide because those clients don't exist here. Classified clients, they're for other stations. Sorry, I put this by mistake. What I want you to see is this, and you can try it out right now. WhatsApp this number, and WhatsApp it right now. Save it as maybe Radio Africa rates, and WhatsApp to 0742 555 777. Any response? IT, if that doesn't come through for me, I'll sign my first warning letter while I'm acting. But now when you SMS rates, when you WhatsApp rates to 0742 555 777, it gives you an instant response. You know, what are you looking for? What's your budget? And it's a kind of thing that we're going to use. Say, for example, if you were selling an Apple phone, Apple 14, and we run a campaign with you, be Safaricom, Airtel, and you just tell you, Safaricom says, WhatsApp Apple to this number. We'll give you instant information that enables us to build a very nice profile of your target customer. Has anybody got a response? It's WhatsApp, not SMS. Response? Yep. That's what we're looking at. That's our future. Let other media houses toss rate cards at you and negotiate across the table. Trust us to collect data for you. Trust us to collect it. Trust us to put it together. Trust us to cut it. Then, when we use this data, it's a very targeted, integrated media campaign. We need you to enter 2022 with making ourselves and your teams work harder, not smarter. We've invested in a 60-member team that comprises omni-channel. Omni-channel is led by Carla and Mutoko. I mean, the ones who make the decision as to whether this campaign needs on-air or this campaign should only be done on ground or both. We've got a social media team, and then a digital solutions media team led by Isaiah Langat. We've got an events team led by Kendi Kamoto, and she put this presentation together for me. We've got a very strong creative hub with some of the best talent in the country. Video and live TV done by Spencer and his team, and I think we've got a good thing going. All we're asking, just give us the brief. Sarah, trust us. Give us the brief, verbal, written, and talk to our sales consultants or the agency account team. And you can book. The good thing about digital, and that's why it's not even worth pouring through the rate card. Yes, lady. The good thing about digital is you can book anything from 1 shilling to 100 million on a campaign with us, an integrated campaign, and you will get the value. Like I said, we've cut our teeth on events. This is the NDA signature event called the Wine and Whiskey Festival 2021. We've done it before. I think we did it in such an amazing way that she hasn't gone to court yet, so I can talk about it. I mean, we just asked a lady to come and help us arrange the tables, and then she says she wrote She wrote a letter to me and said, it's her festival, I can't choose it this year. Surely, really. Thank God at least we had patented it and registered it. Yeah, so we've done quite a number of events. Mogidi wa Gukena, classic throwback at Highbury, turn it up with homeboys. And the amazing thing is, I mean, just coming off COVID, who would imagine you'd be able to get an attendance of 680 people at a function with impressions of up to 1 million shillings, 1 million impressions of what we put out in terms of social and digital. I think it's mind-boggling if you ask me, for minimal investment. Classic throwback times, 350 packs in attendance. Digital stats, 310,000. I mean, this just speaks to the value in integrating. And so, yeah, turn it up with homeboys. Kiss on the road. Let me just talk about Kenya Nietu. We did a virtual concert. This was at the height of COVID when we did Kenya Nietu. I think that's the time when Ndungu and I used to really struggle to find semi-legal places to imbibe. And when we did Kenya Nietu, we had 7.2 million viewers countrywide. And impressions on digital were 8.7. So that's some of the stuff that we've been able to do, but I'll be getting Isaiah to show us some of them. Last weekend, we did something with Red Bull, last Saturday, and just the kind of buzz that it gave, you would have thought that COVID was completely away and done with a number of years ago. Sorry. I'm going to let Isaiah run through some of the stuff that we've done, then you can ask him questions. But before I do that, I'll tail off with the final story. And it comes with an offer. I'm not as lucky as Somoina, or as lucky as Caroline, or as fortunate as Joel Rao, who gets to hop into a plane every other time and go to the States. So for me, the few times that I ever go, if I do, I make sure it's memorable. So I had gone to, anybody ever heard about making it rain green? So here I was in the States. I had gone to graduate from business school with a colleague, and it was just on the eve of graduation, around 2014. So, you know, I thought we could let loose. Now, Patrick Kwako, and I'm glad you're listening, my daily pocket money was only $20. But I took it gratefully. So I took my colleague, and I told him, look, let's go. It's our last day in New York. Let's go and hang out. So we went. Because he's still married, I can't say where we went, but where we went was a good place. And so there was this table where there was this guy who looked like a biker, a Southerner, you know, with ponytail, big. And then he had this satchel tied on him. And then he was sitting at the counter with a bottle of whiskey or champagne or whatever it was. And then the satchel was tied around his waist. And then there was a fan. And then there were beautiful girls, minimally dressed, but looking quite good. And every 2 minutes, he would open the satchel and face it towards the fan and Jesus Christ. $100 bills would go all over the bar, all over the counter, all over the bar, and then the girls would go picking them one by one. So I nudged my colleague and I said, what's he doing? And he looked at me back and he said, I don't know. So we waited, continued drinking minimally because we only had $20 each. And again, he would open his thingy, face the fan, and $100 bills go blowing all over again. And I got even more curious. Now the third time, I said, what's the harm? I'm going to ask him. But just before I could ask him, he opened the thing again, and I was next to him. And all the $100 bills wafted and, flew all over, and 2 landed on my shoulder. So I looked at my colleague, and I'm like, do we take them? I'm new in America. I'm not like you, man. I could be deported the next day for picking dollars that were not mine. So I went up and I said, excuse me, sir, what's all this all about? So he told me, because I want to make it rain green on the girls. So this morning, I'm going to make you an offer that's going to make you rain green once we're done with Isaiah. Isaiah, thanks very much, and thanks for coming for the breakfast.
Thank you so much, Martin. Hi, guys. Isaiah Langat is my name. I'm the head of digital solutions for Radio Africa, and I'm happy to see familiar faces over here. And thanks to the panelists for the amazing session in the morning. All right, Martin, thank you so much for making our people laugh. I hope I'm gonna, get to that level. But the reason why I'm here is just to show you the kind of work we do as Radio Africa on digital. We've come a long way. The journey didn't start soon. But, right now in the industry, any stuff that goes out to the media companies or the agencies or the corporate companies has to have a digital angle to it. Kenyans have become visual. Any content that you push to them has to have the video angle to it. And with the high numbers that we have as Radio Africa, we are giving you solutions to some of the things that we can guarantee the ROI Martin is talking about. All right. On the digital solution team, our aim is to ensure that we produce content, visual content that gives you value, gives you the eyeballs that you need to push your clients. And this is an invite to work with us, to tell your brand stories and make anyone else, and to tell the stories the better way than anyone can. With over 10 million followers across our social media platforms, Radio Africa boasts an amazing reach on digital with different products. We are all across our brands. We've recently joined TikTok. I don't know if we have TikTokers here. So that's the place to go. If you're not on TikTok, you need to start embracing that channel. We are across our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, and the other brands. Now, apart from that, we have an editorial quality that is unmatched with over 250 professional journalists and video creation team, design team, and animation team that works around the clock to showcase quality work. When you come on board with your product on Radio Africa, you're guaranteed to get your product on the radios, on our digital platforms, on TV, and our social media. Previously, and we'll show you a case study of what we've done. We've partnered with top companies in the country to push their brands and give incredible visibility on our social media and our websites. We have various platforms that we will showcase to you. And, this is, again, an opportunity for the corporates and the people in the house to embrace the new rate card. I hope everyone managed to get the new rates. You could easily just go through that number and get the rate card on your mobile phone. All right, I'll showcase for you some of the work that we've done. We, like Martin says, we recently we recently did our campaign with the Red Bull, and we partnered with them. It ended last Saturday, and I'll just show you. I'll play for you a reel that we did. Right. So these are some of the videos that we've done. We've partnered with our clients, and it's an amazing space, because when we are building such content, we know that we can create, manage, and execute your brand's events simply, and simply manage your concepts. I'll show you another one that we did. We've done a lot with East FM, with Homeboys, Kiss, Classic, Radio Jumbo. We've also partnered with alcoholic brands with some of the work that we've done as a team to showcase what the brand is all about. Amazing, right? So when we think about clients, we think of solutions that we can provide for you. We have a team of 60 people all across the digital space that can, generate and create content around your brands. So like Martin says, you need to trust us with your brands, with your content, and just generate content that we have to push on our platforms. Recently we did a Changamkia Vote Yako IBC voter campaign, which was very successful. We're continuing to do a lot of inventories with the other bigger brands, and we want to push a lot to sensitize the campaigns, and push your campaigns. And I'm glad to know that we're going to partner with a lot of people in the near future. These are some of the brand campaigns we've done recently on our digital platforms. We have the alcoholic brands, we have the hotels over here, we have Netflix, we have KFC, which will show you as part of the reels that we did. But before that, I just want to show you something that is quite exciting, and this is for the website lovers. All right. We did a couple of sponsored content for the websites that we run. I want to show you something interesting when it comes to displaying such products for the group. All right. Just hold on. So shorthand uses, what we do, we use shorthands and give you solutions to your digital gap. And we display the content that we share on our featured articles. These articles are available on the websites. And you can partner with us to generate some of these amazing ideas. Again, COVID really hit us hard a few months ago, 2 years I think right now. And what we do is we love storytelling. Storytelling by sending our journalists to generate content to build on, futuristic ideas that we can push on our brands. And then content that, it's engaging because of the higher brands that we have, we share all across our platforms. And the beauty about Radio Africa platforms, when you come on board, we not only give you value for one social media or website or digital brands. We send all across to showcase every content that you need to see. These are some of the events that we've done from Gukena, Classic, TBT. We've done Gene Vision, we've done East FM, we've done Radio Jumbo, and the Red Bull event. Okay, so Martin had said there's something we're going to show you, and this is the opportunity now to showcase the reel for the Radio Africa group and what we have done in the company. So with not much time to waste, I'm going to show you something that speaks about the company.
My name is Kamene Goro.
103.5 Homeboys Radio, the urban sound of Nairobi. Throwback Thursday with DJ Redbone.
Hello Classic 105.
I'm busy.
I go by the name Kelly.
And I go by the name of DJ Kim Nick D, aka Kim. KFC is the D.
This is Maina Kageni.
Susan Kiprana.
Jacob Gosmlay.
Mike Mondo.
Kamene Goro. We
are Radio Africa.
Entire group is ready to do amazing content with you guys. Thank you so much. I think I'll hand it over to Somoina for, I think, Q&As. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Zan. It's an opportunity to really address the team. If you have any questions that you'd love to ask, Martin is here. Sorry, Carol had an emergency, so she had to leave. So I'll take over as MC for now. So any questions? Sorry, there's lunch after this, so. Oh, Martin committed to making it rain. Yes, Martin, you committed. Best tell them.
Okay, thanks. Here's how I'm going to make it rain for you. Between now and the 31st of January 2022, for every dollar that you book on any of our digital assets, we will match it. And the dollars are here. Please don't forget to pick your letter as you leave. This means from between now and 31st of January, if you spend £1,000,000 on any of the digital assets, we will match it with another £1,000,000. If you spend 100,000, we will match it with another 100K. Please take advantage of the offer and work with us to see how we bring your brands come alive in this whole new digital and integrated media landscape. Yes, please.
We want it integrated, not just digital.
Oh, you want it integrated?
Yeah.
It will be integrated. I'll double the value on the digital side, but it will be integrated.
Okay, you've heard him. Anyone else?
Martin, on the timing, yeah? So we pay the value, the offer runs until end of Jan, right?
The offer runs until end of January.
So then if you pay like on the 29th of Jan.
You are still within your rights.
No, wait. So then it can run until April.
True, yes.
Correct.
If it's booked.
As long as it's booked.
As long as
before
it's
Jan.
booked and you have your voucher.
Okay, cool.
I would like to double the value on the traditional assets, but I'm not so sure that I can manage the inventory.
Making it
I'll make it
rain.
rain. We make it rain?
Yeah.
We make it rain? Okay.
Okay.
Acting CEO.
Are you confirming?
Okay, let's make it rain for the first 20 bookings. We'll make it rain across board.
Okay.
But pick your letter.
Question?
Meg?
Yeah. Martin. As far as the radio properties are concerned on digital, I know you have this live streaming option.
Yes, we do.
The offer, because it's now done from traditional radio and you're just broadcasting it on digital, does that also run up until
31st of January.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Thanks.
I mean, a hell of a lot of work for solutions team, but we've committed to delivering value, and value will deliver. Don't forget to pick your dollars and make it rain from Magdalene on your way out.
Yeah, hold on. Denise. Denise, yet?
Yeah, hi guys. Thank you so much. I know I was looking at the panel at the front, and maybe with the exception of Lenny, everyone who's spoken on that stage, I've been having conversations about this very same thing since 2010. So I'm happy that it's now coming, to fruition. But we've talked a lot about the system changing. And for the system to change, the cogs have to change. And that means us as brand custodians, you are the customer custodians, but we're the brand custodians. And we have to go back and have conversations with our excos. And these conversations can be as complex and as nuanced as the situation is. So they require very, very, very targeted, precise, and focused reporting on achievement. I love everything I've seen. What will be great to see is an example of how we report back business impact, because that's what will help us have these conversations.
Thanks very much. I forgot to tell you that, I'm sorry we've not shared data as robustly as we ought, but we have a fully fledged research department that mines tons and tons of data. Just for the record, we were the first people in the market. Everybody around between 2000 and 2010, everybody used to take what Stedman used to publish as the gospel truth insofar as media consumption habits, purchase habits are concerned in Kenya. We came up and were the first people to challenge and say, We don't think your data is accurate. It takes 3 months to roll out. We have a team that does day to day. So we have a research database called Dashboard. I think Patrick has shared it with a couple of people, maybe Sarah and George Luther. He's not here. But yes, thanks to your point, I'll take it up. We'll find a way of making you as our media partners access this data so that we can make joint decisions. Thanks for reminding me. I really want to thank our panelists, Joel Rao, Sarah Katusia, and my friend Lenny Nganga for taking time off their schedules to come and teach us one or two things. I think for me, the biggest takeout I got, I think it was from Lenny or Sarah, who said that where we are right now, if you're not on the media side of things, then you actually say, if you don't have an agency, then you're actually the agency for your company as a marketing manager. And that for me is very insightful. We are all literally marketing managers and agencies for our brands. I also take the thing about broadcasting as we go towards the election. I actually did a UNESCO conference last week on how to broadcast in a chaotic environment. So we have made contingent plans for our virtual studio. We had one during COVID, emergency, evacuation, and those are things that we'll be incorporating and taking very seriously. In case I do not get to interact with you again, thank you very much for taking your time to be with us. Steep learning curve for all of us. Let's explore the digital landscape together. Let's build great brands. Let's tell great stories, great brand conversations, and let's not be misled by the likes of Nyakundis and Alais when we are the ones who can create these real stories ourselves. Thanks very much, and back to you, Somoina. I'm told she has a last offer to make to those of us who are still in the room. Thank you.
Thank you guys for your patience, and thank you for coming and gracing us with your presence. We know you could be anywhere today, so I want to thank you. Thank you to the panelists. First of all, let me give you a little gift. All the rest, your packages will be delivered by the kids' cars to your offices or wherever you may be. So we'll be sending them over. We have your contacts. And we'd love to offer you lunch if you have time. There's lunch upstairs. You can join us. Right? Have a good day. Oh, no, sorry, absolutely. I apologize. You had a question.
Oh, hi, so just a question on the integrated approach. Is the data available across all different platforms that are being integrated?
Yes, the data will be made available across all the integrated platforms because we're already collecting the stats right now. Yeah.
Cool, perfect. And then, sorry, just a follow-up question. Is the data actionable?
A lot of it is. Like I said, we have a team that does a lot of data mining just to chop out what you won't need and then customize it to what you'll need. For example, if we go back to the example on the rates, if we run a promotion and you're targeting a particular level of consumer, because it's a click and answer, the kind of database that we build will profile the consumers so that we know that you're targeting the right people. Are they the right age, or am I just wasting my dollars, wasting it on people who have no purchasing power? So some of the cross tabs that we'll be tabbing on the questions will be aligned towards answering those questions. Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, Stepper. Alrighty.
Hi guys. It's not a question really, but more of a comment. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for the continued support you've given us as Radio Africa. Then secondly, the support needs to come with a bit of trust on our smaller brands, because I've been told we tend to send you the Mercedes and not sell you the Vitz. But when you sell you the Vitz, you're more aligned to the Mercedes. So yeah, as we move forward into 2022, just more support on our smaller brands and on our print side of the business. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Steph. Oh.
I think my comment is on the data, and perhaps for me as a client, agencies and media organizations will give us data and show us this is our reach, these are people we reach, these are our consumers when we are signing on. But post the campaign, sometimes you're not able to see that data. I like what you're talking about to say, did I reach the people? What is the likelihood? I think Sarah was talking about real-time measurement to one of their clients. They could tell them how many people are reached, hour by hour. Are you guys able to get to that level? So that's one of the things. And perhaps it becomes one of your, to do and say, every time we have a client, we'll sell them data before and give them their data when the campaign is over. So that's one of my comments. Secondly is on the Vitz and the Mercedes comment. Are you able to perhaps package different, the way there's the micro influencers and the huge influencers, are you able to market your brand that way so that I know there's Radio Jumbo, there's Classic, there's Gokena, and some of my consumers will be there. Am I able to know this is the people you reach? This is your, so sort of a deck that can be, with all these 31 million listeners, that slide, can that slide be broken down to specifics so that I know for this Mercedes, this is the people I'm reaching. For this Vitz, I'm reaching, so that it's easier. Because like she says, when I'm going to look for money and budget, I'm being asked about the data. And sometimes the data I have is geopol of last 2019. So you have that data, are you able to provide it to your customers? And because they don't have too much time to look at all that 20 pages that we get from Ipsos, for example. Can I have a page or two that is able to put that your brands into perspective?
Actually, I'm very glad that you asked, because the time when I was head of research and statistics at Radio Africa, clients used to come and say, we want proof that our campaign had impact. And so we would do proof of purchase campaigns. Carolina, you were there. Say, if it's Omo running a campaign, we tell you to win, drop in a sachet of Omo, and we'll be able to pick out the winner from there. We'll pick out the draw from there. While it was good to show the client, and while it was good to show the client when they're coming, to give them tons and tons of entries of Omo cutouts that have been put to demonstrate that the campaign was a success and people actually participated, assuming that I didn't have Kikuyus in the back room to go and collect sachets from outside and come and help me dump them to impress the client. But the
again,
the thing is that collecting proof of purchase doesn't really show you. They're not we're right now we are hell bent on numbers, which is why if I were you, I wouldn't run my campaign. If I ran a campaign on Classic, for example, I would insist on running it on Classic, including the digital handles. Then we can then now tell you, because you can't lie, there were this many hits, okay? There were this many impressions. You're the one who'll now be able to tell us, out of these hits, you got this kind of level of conversion for your dollar. But what it doesn't lie, because a click is a click. It doesn't lie, it will be there. It's almost literally like running something with the telecos. Either they will give you the list of the numbers that SMS'd and you have them, but you see for us, giving you a list of 200 numbers doesn't help. It helps when you give you a list of 200 numbers that shows, okay, this was between this age and this age. This one works this one works this area, this one works that area, such that even for the star, say we are now able to go and say, if you want to do something, say for teachers, you can then pay us and say, I just want to deliver copies, 5,000 copies, because there'll be a teacher's seminar in Mombasa. That's how targeted and that's how pedantic we have been. On Stepper's comment, normally people with huge beards because I don't have one, intimidate me. But I think you had a valid point. Stations like East FM, I wouldn't give any numbers on East, although you saw I had put it here. The reason being, it's a community-owned station. Every Kenyan, Asian in the country listens to East FM. So as opposed to putting all your 4 million shillings on Kiss or Classic and hoping that somehow you'd get busts and dribs, I would much rather you put a small allocation and then you know, I am targeting the affluential Kenyan Asian markets who drink Blue Label, okay? The likes of Ndungu and Stepper can stick to Gilbey's, so they listen to Classic. Sorry, no offense intended, Ndungu. But that's what I mean. I mean, we could be targeted. Like I said, with Gukena, very, very targeted. Youth, upmarket, youth, pricing tailored towards that end. I hope
I think what also he was saying on the data is really more for direct clients is what you want to is mine more than, because a lot of the other clients, agency does that already for you. Your numbers are put before you, so you're able to make a decision. So really what you're saying is for digital. For direct clients, you want to be able to get more information in front of you, right? To make a proper decision, right? Okay. Sorry, Candy.
Yeah. So I just have to make a comment as the case study. I think first, just to echo that this is music to my ears and music to the industry's ears, because for the longest time, I think media houses sell us products, and as businesses we want solutions. I want a solution for my problem, and I want to leverage your platform to do that. Yeah. So I love that. That transition we're making, and I think when leaders like Radio Africa start to move in that direction, with partners like that, I think we're moving the industry in the right direction. So for me, music to my ears. I think a key enabler for this, and a theme that keeps coming through, it was in the panel, it's coming through in the questions, is the flexibility. And I think that has been what has been lacking. And the case study that you showed, I think, and it's been interesting because the truth of the matter is, even to do that, we were haggling for a long time. So it's not easy. So I think it's not a solution. So what happened is, for us to do that, one is there was a lot of co-creation. Yeah? And I remember the first time when I said, look, guys, we have to own the number. We have to own the outcome together. Even the Radio Africa team were like, these guys are trying to mess us up, And I was talking to Keegan and Patrick, just saying, look, no, I mean, at the end of the day, I want this money to deliver for me this outcome. And it goes back to what Sarah was saying earlier, is that once that value is delivered, then it doesn't matter how much the money is. The conversation around budget and whatever always comes because I'm not sure about the value I'm getting. So I think when I look at this direction and where we're going, I think it's the right space. I think we need, and I think the challenge to you is to say even your Make It Rain has to be on the integrated solution, because then now that's a solution that will appeal to me. And ultimately what we're trying here to do is make sure that whatever value, I mean, we have to move, and I always think as a P&L, yeah, we have to see how the money we're spending is not a cost center that's taking out, but it's actually money that is helping build and drive demand and drive the business. And once we do that, then now we'll really start to see the industry growing in the right place. And then when you do that, then it's inclusive. It's not just about the Mercedes-Benz or the Vitz or whatever. It's about flexibility in finding solutions that make sense for my business.
Thanks very much, Candy.
Go ahead.
Sorry, let me just add on to it, because I keep harping about ROI to my agency, which is Mediacom. And I've been having, I don't say issues, but then it's not very, okay, so in terms of reporting, so you've convinced me, you've given me the numbers, I've given you the budgets, yeah? But then now when it comes to reporting, it becomes like we are not sure if this thing worked or not. I keep telling the agencies, if you want me to spend more, I need you to give me evidence, not even evidence per se, but case to build on. Because I will go back and I will discuss with the, with my people, with the CFO, that add money on this point because I need to spend more because look at what this has done with what it is you gave me. So for me, this is a challenge mostly because I have media agency. This is a challenge to the media agency, but at the same time, a challenge to the station to be able to give you a very concrete and detailed report on how your campaign ran. That's lacking for me.
Okay, noted. I think we've seen quite a bit of success with co-creation. We've done it with a number of clients. Safaricom was really one of them, and you saw the success thereafter. And I think it's really the future, is that we're co-creating together. Oh, you have one. Okay. All right. Denise.
I think everything kind of builds into each other, because I wanted to just quickly circle back to your point about that value being more for the direct clients. Actually, no, I think it's across the board, because my agency sits with a set of data on the full industry. You sit with the sets of data on your consumer and your consumer's habits, as well as your consumer's reaction to my product, right? So when we come back to the table, actually before we come back to the table, when we're getting to the table, I think this might be a question, comment, and or challenge, but how do we get to a space where we intentionally as an industry, led quite frankly by agency and you guys, ensure that we're seated at the tables for the right briefs at the right time for you to be able to give us more insight into your consumer as pertains my product before it goes out to market. And on the other side of the spectrum, it's how do we then sit at the table afterwards, because we've devolved the conversation to compliance. That's the level of reporting that you give me as a big business. It's, oh yeah, you booked 10 spots, I rent 10 spots. But it's not devolved to Sarah or Joel or Lenny will give me how many people listened total. But what did your consumers say about my campaign? Yes, I could have hit X number of consumers, but maybe they think they're just not getting it. You know, what do your how have your consumers reacted in their pockets? What kind of feedback are they giving back to you on social, etc.? And then breaking that down into something, as everyone has talked about actionable insight, we're not all disciplined people. When I speak to my business lead, I'm speaking to someone who's really, really well-versed in putting together data packets, but not someone who's well-versed in knowing what a brand, as a consumer has said, how that's going to impact the brand. So maybe it's how do we get back to the table concretely after this? For me, for example, how do you guys come to me and we have the same conversation of, now I see this brief, I see how I can get it done, and I see how I can come back to you and report on it.
Marty, okay. I think we've been seeing that a lot more. And it's really amazing because Where is open, the agencies have been open to that conversation. So it's really getting the client, the agency, and ourselves on a table right from the start, right from a brief level, where I say we're not just receiving a brief, we're co-creating the solution together. And then thereafter, how do we come back to the table? Did it work? Yes, it did. What could we have done better? We talk about that. So we're really open, and I think on all sides. So it's great to hear from a client perspective. I know the agencies are, because we've been doing that, and I think we are. Right, Martin?
Yeah, I think just to add on to what Sobo is saying, what's coming out clear is you want data, and most importantly, useful data. I would imagine we have literally 3/4 of that. So we are going to be pioneers in releasing this, and I'll actually take it up with Patrick, because it sits on his desk, and he's such a data miner. He's such a numbers guy. I mean, just last week, I think, with the first media house to have run a presidential poll, done very scientifically, polled out, data collated. So on the digital, I'm going to take it upon myself that periodically, from time, say, every quarter, we release data on consumer stats, consumer habits, purchase patterns, purchasing power, shifting trends, because we have all that because we are running campaigns day in, day out. You can literally know, okay, people are getting tired of this product, so Safaricom should change its messaging this way, they should angle it this way. You need to tap into this social thing because this is what's trending at the moment. I think because it comes to us, I've taken it upon myself, we will share as soon as it comes to us, maybe every quarter, put together something that makes very, very useful benchmarks that you can use to justify budgets from your marketing bosses.
Thank you. It's been a great session. We can enjoy some lunch and enjoy the day.
Enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you very much.